Always want to tell them the property taxes before we look at the home, because we've had times before in the past where we didn't do that. They look at the home and then they realize afterwards how high the taxes are, and it was a waste of time because the home's not going to work for them anyway because the property taxes are too high. So hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my car. Today I'm going to be sharing 3 super easy scripts that you can use to call for sale by owner leads and eventually get the listing. And I just wanted to say, I honestly haven't been cold calling at all lately. I haven't been calling for sale by owners really at all. However, this is how I built my business the first few years. This is literally all that I did up until recently, somewhat recently. I haven't as much the last year, but I haven't been doing it at all lately, but the last year I've been doing it a lot less. But this is how I built my business, and I still get questions from you guys all the time asking what are the easiest for sale by owner scripts to get you face to face with a FSBO. So that's what I'm going to share today. I still want to answer these questions for you guys, even though this isn't necessarily something that I'm doing a whole lot of right now, and in the future that might change. I don't know, but at this point I've kind of taken a little break in my business from FSBOs, if you will. So the first script that you can use, that I've used a lot in the past, is my preview appointment script. I'm not going to talk a lot about it because I already have a few different videos on my channel talking about it. So if you're interested in those, scroll through my previous videos and you can find everything that you need about the preview appointment script. Basically, in a nutshell, it's just asking to preview the home, not lying and saying you have a buyer, but just asking if you can go look at the home. They're pretty much always okay with having you go into the home and letting you come and see it, as long as they don't think you're gonna try to like sell them on it. So I don't do the whole bait and switch thing. I don't get there for the preview appointment and then talk to them about listing it unless they go there first. I preview it and then follow up, build a relationship until they're ready to list and they bring it up. So that's the first script. The second one is going in for the punch, is what I like to call it. This is one that I used when the for sale by owner has been on the market for a while. You usually have better luck with this one, and with this one it is more of a numbers game where you have to call a lot of them to get one that works, but you are on the other side, you don't waste a lot of time previewing houses, so you're spending more time on the phone versus previewing, if that makes sense. The next one is so simple, and it is actually they're all really simple, but this one is literally just saying, hi, my name's Mariah, or whatever your name is. I'm with Berkshire Hathaway. The reason I'm calling is because I work with a lot of buyers and sellers in your area and was just wondering what I could do to help. And I like this one because it's an open-ended question. I'm saying, like, I'm wondering what I can do to help, so the ball's in their court. It's up to them to tell me what I can do to help. And obviously a lot of times they're gonna say nothing. This definitely is a script that can lead into conversation, and you can end up having a longer conversation with them, get more out of them, ask them more questions, and eventually lead to an appointment or just establishing a relationship, and which will help with follow-up in the future for when they are ready. I'm going to do a little Q&A and answer a couple questions that you guys have sent me. So the first question was, can you do a video on what buyers usually ask when looking at a home, and what basics do you need to know as an agent, especially the house itself? Just curious how detailed they are, or how detailed they get. Okay, let me break down this question. Can you do a video on what buyers usually ask when looking at a home? So a few things that you're going to want to know about the home, and you're going to want to find out for the buyers. They're going to need to know how much the property tax is on the home. That's a huge thing, because the property taxes on one side of a town could be so much lower than on another side of the town, and the homes could be the same exact price, but the monthly payment is going to be a whole lot more on the home with the higher property taxes. So that's something that you're definitely going to want to consider and let them know up front. I always want to tell them the property taxes before we look at the home, because we've had times before in the past where we didn't do that. They look at the home and then they realize afterwards how high the taxes are, and it was a waste of time because the home's not going to work for them anyway because the property taxes are too high. So that is one thing to always know and tell them, and you're probably going to have to tell them without them asking you, especially if they're a first-time buyer, because that's something they're probably not always going to be thinking about. Other than that, I always try to print off the MLS sheet, which has all of the information for the buyer. And then if there's anything that's not on there, then I'm going to just tell them that I'll ask the listing agent and try to find out for them. And that's all that you can do. But basically, I mean, they're probably going to want to know, is the water heater electric or gas, and what, you know, that type of thing. But that's all on the listing. So that is your answer to that question. Actually, now I'm gonna download, I don't have the Instagram app right now. I delete it usually. I don't go on it very often, and I kind of only go on it when I post something because I'm just not that into Instagram at this point in my life. It might change later, but I usually just go on it to post and answer DMs, which I don't answer DMs that often, but if you do send me a DM, I will answer it eventually, and if it takes me a while, I promise I will get to you eventually. So that is why I probably haven't gotten back to you, because I'm kind of slow about that. But I'm going to go through my DMs and answer a few questions here. So let's see what I can find. This first question is from Kendra Taylor. Hey girl, it says, I've been binge watching your videos, getting into real estate. Wondering what made you choose the agency you did. Are there any specific reasons you decided you like there? I've done plenty of videos about this, and I always say I don't want to repeat myself on my channel when I get repeat questions, and I've actually done a whole video where I talk only about what to look for in a brokerage and what I was looking for and why I chose mine, so you can look for that video. But basically, just to sum it up, I was looking for a place that had great training and that did little things for me, such as driving to put a lockbox on the door and the sign in the yard, or inputting my listing into the MLS, because many of the small brokerages don't do that for you. You might be paying less to be there, but for me, the way I see it is my time is money, and I don't want to be wasting time doing those activities. So this question was from Mitch Stewart. He says, my neighbor owns a real estate business in my town and he does pretty well. In your opinion, because of my situation, do you think I'd easily being able to get started with clientele? I'm not really sure what your situation is. I think he's just referring to the fact that his neighbor owns a company. I don't think I would say that it's ever easy to get started and get clients. Maybe... Oh, that's awkward. There's like a car watching me make my video. Oh no, I feel awkward. I feel like it's never gonna be like necessarily easy, but definitely knowing somebody who could mentor you. He's probably pretty busy if he owns a brokerage, but if he could mentor you, then that would definitely help. Next question. This question is from Alyssa. She says, what would be the best thing to start working on right now? While I'm going through the real estate courses, just building my brand. Thank you in advance for all you do. So I would say, I guess building your brand is something that you have to do, but that will come. I think that the first thing that you should focus on is just educating yourself before you even start building your brand or doing anything else like that. I mean, watch more YouTube videos on real estate, read as many real estate books as you can. That's really what I would be focusing on while I'm in real estate school if I were you. So that's all the questions I'm going to get to today. Thank you again for watching. If you have a client relocating to Oregon, send them my way. I'd love to give you a referral fee, and I will see you guys next time.